Offer to pick up your date, okay? And if she's not comfortable with you picking her up, then send her an Uber. Do not wait for her to drive to the date or to ask you, hey, how am I getting there?
I'm living life on the edge, bitch, I'm all about a chick. Money, power, and respect, this shit running through my flesh.
Yo, what's going on? Man, hey, I'm about to play this video and let y'all get the whole thing, man. I'm going to play it raw. You don't get the whole thing uncut. I'm going to come back, break it down, and I'm going to tell you why you shouldn't do none of this dumbass shit that this chick is talking about. Man, let's go.
These are the things every guy should do on the first date if he wants to get a second date. Offer to pick up your date, okay? And if she's not comfortable with you picking her up, then send her an Uber. Do not wait for her to drive to the date or to ask you, hey, how am I getting there? Be proactive. Make that decision. Open the car door. I shouldn't have to say this, but it's crazy. A lot of you guys still think that it's not your responsibility to open the car door. Get out of the car, open the car door if you want a second date. If she's Ubering, then there's not much you could do about that. But meet her outside the restaurant and open the door to the restaurant and guide her to the table. Unless she gets there before you, in which case, you're probably not getting a second date. Ask the girl questions that let her know you are genuinely interested in her. And I know it can be hard to have questions ready to go, and it sometimes feels like an interview when you have questions that are like ready to go. But you should let the conversation flow naturally. Just make sure you're not talking more than her or interrupting her or answering your own questions. Google interesting questions to ask a woman on a first date. It doesn't always have to be about family or trauma or what you do for work or where you study and all that stuff. Like, we can get deep, but we don't have to get like personal because it's just the first date. So essentially what you want to do with your questions is be specific and give her a chance to explain her answer. Don't just ask yes or no questions. For example, when I was on a first date last week, the guy asked me, what 3 places would you travel to if I gave you my credit card right now? And that was a question that I hadn't been asked before, so I had to sit there and like actually think about it. Then he interrupted me and spoke over me and answered his own question, so he didn't get a second date. But that's what I mean. Ask questions and then shut up. Let her answer. Let her talk. Finally, you're paying on the first date. You're paying on the first date if you want a second date. You're paying on the first date if you want a second date. You're paying on the first date if you want a second date. Don't wait for her to ask, are we splitting the bill? Don't wait for her to pretend to reach into her purse. Take care of it like a man should.
All right. All right, man. So you heard all that dumbass shit, man. So now you about to get the real deal breakdown, man. I'm going to tell y'all why you shouldn't do not one thing that this chick is talking about, man. Let's go.
These are the things every guy should do on the first date if he wants to get a second date. Offer to pick up your date, okay? And if she's not comfortable with you picking her up, then send her an Uber. Do not wait for her to drive to the date or to ask you, hey, how am I getting there? Be proactive. Make that decision.
All right. So this chick said, offer to pick up your date. Yo, this is 2023. I know y'all had to be laughing at that. Hey, man, I'm not picking no chick up nowhere. All right. On a first date, we gonna meet where we gonna meet. That's what it's gonna be. I'm not picking you up. I'm not sending no Uber to get you. I don't know what this chick talking about. I'm not doing none of that. All right. These chicks talking about they independent and all that and they got jobs and stuff. Well, hey man, you better have a car or you better have a bus pass. If not, shit, you can call your own Uber and meet me at whatever Starbucks or whatever little bar, something like that, for whatever we gonna do. But I'm not coming to pick you up. Y'all talking about y'all independent. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. Talking about y'all want to get picked up. Man, don't do that, man. Don't pick up no chick, bro.
Open the car door. I shouldn't have to say this, but it's crazy. A lot of you guys still think that it's not your responsibility to open the car door. Get out of the car, open the car door.
And we ain't doing this neither. I'm not opening no car door. opening up doors and stuff, man, in 2023, that's for girlfriends. If you ain't my girl, I'm not opening no car door for you. I ain't opening no doors for you. All right? If I happen to go in a restaurant before you, I'll hold the door open just like I would do for anybody. But I'm not doing it because I'm with you on no date. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, that's reserved for girlfriends, man. Don't do things for these random chicks that you going on first date with and treat them like that's your girl or something like that. Nah, you reserve those things, man, for women that deserve that stuff, not just for women that are on a first date and I'm just happy to go out with this chick. Don't do that. Why? Because she a girl? Nah, we ain't doing that.
If you want a second date. If she's Ubering, then there's not much you could do about that. But meet her outside the restaurant and open the door to the restaurant and guide her to the table. Unless she gets there before you, in which case, you're probably not getting a second date. Ask the girl.
What is this chick talking about? If she gets there before me, then she just gonna wait. The fuck this chick talking about? Man, all right.
Questions that let her know you are genuinely interested in her. And I know it can be hard to have questions ready to go, and it sometimes feels like an interview when you have questions that are like ready to go, but you should let the conversation flow naturally. Just make sure you're not talking more than her or interrupting her or answering your own questions. Google.
All right, hold on. I'm about to back this up because I'm gonna hit another point, but before I hit that, she's talking about asking this chick all these questions or whatever, the chick you going out with, right? First off, there should be a mutual back and forth. There should not be this chick is doing all the talking and you're just sitting there. Because if she's doing that, she's not interested. She's not engaged in the date at all. A woman that's really feeling you, man, is going to be asking you questions just like you're asking her questions. It's not a one-way street. Women that do that, they're most likely doing it out of selfish reasons. And they're probably trying to get something out of you. Like they're trying to do the little foodie thing where they're trying to get a free meal. They're not really feeling you, but they just think they can get something out of it. So they're wasting your time. Most times, man, if they ain't asking you no questions, they not interested, and you need to just get up out the date anyway. You know what I'm saying? Because she's not engaged. A woman that's really feeling you, man, and really is engaged in the date is going to be asking you, okay, like, what do you like to do for fun? Where are you from originally? You know, just whatever kind of question. You know what I mean?
Google interesting questions to ask a woman on a first date.
Bruh, don't do that. We ain't Googling no questions, man, to ask no random ass chick that we going out on a first date with. Ask that chick whatever comes to your mind, man. Anything that you want to know. We ain't Googling no questions. Come on, man. It's just stupid as hell. Don't be doing that, bruh. You know what I'm saying? And like, I know some of this stuff might be like, man, I wouldn't do that. If you wouldn't do it, man, this ain't for you, bruh. But some guys, man, they'll listen to what broads be saying just because they think she pretty or something. And they're like, okay, well, you know what? The next date I go on, I'm going to go Google some questions. Don't do that, man. Ask a chick things that are interesting to you. You don't got to go on Google and get no questions, man. Come on, man. Ain't nobody doing all that.
It doesn't always have to be about family or trauma or what you do for work or where you study and all that stuff. Like, we can get deep, but we don't have to get like personal because it's just the first date. So essentially what you want to do with your questions is be specific and give her a chance to explain her answer. Don't just ask yes or no questions. For example, when I was on a first date last week, the guy asked me, what 3 places would you travel to if I gave you my credit card right now?
Did you see this chick eyes light up when she said, the guy asked her, if I gave you my credit card right now, where would you go? What 3 places would you go to? This chick is obviously a gold digger. And that's who she's talking to. She's talking to the simps. She's looking for a simp that's going to be doing all this stupid stuff, man. We not doing that because we not simping over here. She's talking to simps. She's trying to get simps to do her bidding for her. She wants to go out with a dude that's going to be like, hey, if I gave you my credit card, I'm not asking no chick, man, if I gave you my credit card, I might ask you, all right, so where would you go if you could go anywhere in the world? What 3 places would you go? That's a normal way to ask that question. You don't do that, hey, because you're going to look like a trick. You're going to look like a simp. You don't do that, hey, if I gave you my credit card and it has $100,000 limit on it, don't do that, man. don't do that. Don't listen to these bras, man. They're going to have you all fucked up in the game, man. Don't do that.
And that was a question that I hadn't been asked before, so I had to sit there and like actually think about it. Then he interrupted me and spoke over me and answered his own question, so he didn't get a second date. But
and now listen to this. She said, now mind you, all the stuff she said, okay, the guy that she just went out with did all these things, probably picked her up, did the asking certain questions she's like, all that, right? And she said, if you do all those things, you're going to get a second date, right? But then she said the guy was asking her questions, but then he kind of cut her off in some of the points where she was answering the question. And she was like, oh, well, no, he was cutting me off on some points. So he didn't get a second date. Now understand that. The dude did everything he was supposed to do. And one little thing that he didn't do right that she liked, or that she didn't like, and she just cut it off. Now you're not getting a second date. That's why I said, stop trying to be perfect for these women. It doesn't matter, man. They gonna act stupid anyway. If they gonna act stupid, they gonna act stupid. Be yourself. Do what you want to do. Do not do what these chicks are talking about, man. Because in the drop of a hat, they could just change their mind and be like, oh no, well, you were gonna get a second date, but you interrupted me. No, now you're not gonna get one. All right, get out of here, man.
that's what I mean. Ask questions and then shut up. Let her answer. Let her talk. Finally, you're paying on the first date. You're paying on the first date if you want a second date. You're
not doing it. Nope. I'm not automatically paying on no first date. I'm going to see how it go. If it goes, I might buy that drink. Like I say, man, that's always been my thing. If you take a girl out, man, on a first date, take her to Starbucks or something so you can get to know her, see what she really about. If you go to a bar, take her to like some bar or whatever, man, and buy a drink. Drinks are cool. And drinks don't really cost that much. You know, buy her a drink. If it's going kind of good, hey, you might buy her a second drink, man. You know, she feeling real good. You feeling good. Hey, man, you have a good time, man. But nothing wrong with buying a drink. Drinks are pretty cheap for the most part, man. But what we not doing is we not doing no dinner. We ain't doing no dinner. Don't do no dinners. We're not doing that. A drink is cool. But this chick talking about something, oh, if you pay for a first date, you'll most likely get a second date. Yo, like I said, man, this chick right here, man, she a gold digger, bro. She wants you to pay for everything and all that stuff. And that does not guarantee you gonna get no second date, bro. Just because you paying for shit. It's been plenty of times you could go out with a chick, do all that stuff they telling you to do, paying for everything. You thinking it's all going good. You know what I'm saying? The next day you hit her up. Hey, what's up? I had a good time, whatever. That chick just go ghost. She don't hit you back nothing. And you done spent like $200 or $300 if you buying dinner and all that. That's why you don't do that. Because them chicks can change their mind at any moment. Do not buy these bras dinner. That's what they want. They want dinner, drinks, all that. They want the appetizers and the dessert. Don't do none of that. Because just because you do that, that does not mean you're going to see her again. And the thing is, you could do all of that. You could pay $500 for a date, take her to some like expensive restaurant thinking you're impressing her. And say that you talk to her again, right? And you're like, you know, okay. And then she says, well, you know what? I wasn't really feeling, I had a good time with you, but I don't want to see you again. And say that happens, right? And you like, yo, hold up, man. Like I paid for all that, man. I spent $500 on that. You know what she gonna tell you? I didn't tell you to do that. I thought you just did that because you liked me and you wanted to do it. I didn't tell you to buy $500 worth of food for me. I didn't tell you to spend that much on a date. I would have been cool if we just went and spent $10. And you, oh, yo, son, they will do you like that. They will do you like that. That's why I tell you don't do any of that stuff. Because if you do it, they will never be grateful for. So it's no point of doing it.
Paying on the first date if you want a second date. You're paying on the first date if you want a second date.
You can get a second date, like I said, just buying a chick a drink. You can get a second date without doing none of that. You might be able to just go straight to her crib and bypass all of that. You are not required to spend money on a woman, man.
Don't wait for her to ask, are we splitting the bill? Don't wait for her to pretend to reach into her purse. Take care of it like a man should.
And then she's saying, take care of it like a man should. Imagine if you told a chick, yo, wash them dishes like a woman should. You know, clean up your crib before I get there like a woman should. Imagine if you said that. And these chicks just think they can just say stuff willy-nilly, talking about, oh yeah, pay for the bill like a man should. Ain't no man supposed to pay for nothing for you, chick. He don't know you. You not his girl. Come on, man. But yeah, so like I said, man, don't do nothing that no chick is telling you to do as far as like first date, second date, third. Do not listen to women when it comes to dating advice. They don't know what they're talking about. They just want you to simp for them. They can tell you to do all that stuff, and that still does not guarantee you a second date with them or nothing. Don't do any of this stuff, man. Do what I told you to do, and you're going to be good. I got more videos coming out, man. Sub to the channel. Man, leave a comment on the video, man. I'll see y'all on the next one, man. I'm gone.
You cannot change a pimp. Too many hoes to overdose off of this game, I spit.